It's been 7 years to the screen for this movie and every other movie that we've made along the way. Woodlawn, I can only imagine. I still believe American Underdog. It's all been leading to this. I remember discovering the Jesus Revolution Time magazine cover story. And it was like unearthing this gem, and that led to this whole exploration.
Jon, thank you for giving us the opportunity to interview you. I also want to congratulate you for the great film that you have directed. We've heard good response from the people, and we're seeing great response through the few past days.
Thank you. I can't believe the timing of all this. I love the movie. It's a movie I've wanted to make for 7 years. It's the longest I've ever worked on a movie. I bought the Time magazine cover story in 2015, the Jesus Revolution, and I was blown away by the article and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And so I just wanted to make this movie.
Who desires take the waters of life freely. This place, it is yours.
In the movie, we saw a young Greg where he was being chased by thoughts and reminiscing from his past. Was there any idea that you were being chased by that you wanted to add into the film and that you ended up adding into it?
Well, I think, Greg certainly was on a journey, and in the film, as many of us are, and that generation, they really were spiritually awake. Like they wanted to find answers, they wanted to find meaning, and they wanted to find purpose. And I think as a generation, we feel like that again today. We all have I think a sense of desperation today in America. Like we've never been this divided, and where are the answers and where's hope? And so it's so cool to tell a story like Jesus Revolution that just showed clearly that there's hope and there's answers. And so it's wonderful to come with a character like Greg and see him get baptized in the middle of the movie, after you've been with him on this quest for so long. And that was a wonderful scene in the movie. I love watching it, and I felt when we filmed it, I'm like, man, I need this. I was baptized as a child, but who doesn't need a fresh sense of renewal and rebirth? And so I love his character in the film, and I love that scene where everyone was being baptized. It's the most powerful day I've ever experienced on a movie.
Why don't you go sit next to that fella in the cantaloupe jacket? Good to see you. Enjoy. Welcome to church. Hello.
There's no doubt that filming a movie like this, from having to perform a historic character to directing a story about a massive event in life, it's overwhelming. In the process of creating this film or directing it, did you take any actions to take a step back and have a different perspective of the film?
Oh, I think the movie changed all of us. I mean, it's the most fun I've had making a movie in so long, and the team was so great. My co-director Brent McCorkle was so great, and we had a blast. And there was miracles in the making of this film, and it changed all of us. I think Kelsey Grammer, with on some of the press he did with Ryan Seacrest and Kelly Ripa, he was crying, saying, "This is my favorite thing that I've ever done." And I feel the same way. I feel it's a life-changing movie. It was life-changing to make, and it's so cool to see it be life-changing for those that watch it. But it's also, there's a movement behind this movie, and my hope is that God can do this again today, that he can do it in my life and in my family and my city. And it was just a very, very special thing to be a part of.
And it's beautiful to see that this movie came out in the same moment where we're seeing a revival like what's happening in Kentucky. Do you think that has a lot to do with the movement that God is making happen here in the US and in the world?
I think the timing of the film is incredible, and I just feel a part of something so much bigger with this movie. I think it's unbelievable to see these things happening even before the movie came out. My wife and I drove over to Asbury because we live in Nashville, and I was working in Kentucky anyway. We drove over, and it felt just like the movie. It felt like scenes that we shot in the movie. It was so easy. It was student-led. It was real. It was honest. It was beautiful. And it was so encouraging. You know, we've tried to get this movie made several times, and it's the longest I've ever worked on a movie. So to just see God's timing be so perfect for this film is extraordinary. I was even talking to Dallas Jenkins, whose television show is The Chosen, and I'm like, we did not plan to have, Jesus walking on water in early February in his TV show, commercials on the Super Bowl, and then Jesus Revolution at the end of the month of February with the revival in between. None of us, we didn't plan that. There was no strategy. God just did it. And it's just became this month of Jesus, you know, in America. And to be a part of that is so cool. And then to see all the social posts of just people reacting to the movie in theaters, people getting baptized. I've never seen anything like it before. And I'm just so grateful that people love the movie. But it seems to be striking a chord that's even far beyond the movie. Like something more is going on than just the movie itself. Even though I love what we made, we worked hard on it, there's something special going on.
We believe it's happening. We believe it's gonna keep going, and until we see great answers like how we did with in the past release of the movie. You and your brother have worked together, bringing us spectacular films with great messages. How does this film compare to the others that you have worked on? Is there anything specific that was done differently from the other films?
I think what's different about it is just I've never seen an audience respond to a movie like this. I love all the movies we make. We have an incredible team. You know, we want to make the films better and better so that they can be seen by more and more people. But there's just something magical about, I don't know if it's just that we haven't been in theaters in a while and people are celebrating together again, but it is a magical experience with a theater, with a packed theater, with people. And I love watching this movie with an audience more than I've ever liked to watch a movie like this before. And also, this is the first time that I ever have seen something all the way through from the beginning, or first time in a while anyway. And just finding that magazine so many years ago and then seeing it come to fruition is just really cool.
Awesome, Jon. Thank you so much again for the time and the opportunity you give us to interview you. Let me congratulate you again for the great response that the movie has had.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you love it.
Let's see what God has in mind.